Class 9th Science. Chapter 1 Matter in Our Surroundings. MCQs based on Worksheet 1. 1. What happens when the temperature of a substance increases? A. The particles of the substance come closer together. B. The particles of the substance move faster. C. The particles of the substance become heavier. D. The particles of the substance stop moving. Correct option, B. The particles of the substance move faster. Explanation. When the temperature of a substance increases, the particles of the substance gain kinetic energy and start moving faster. 2. Which of the following is an example of particles of matter having spaces between them? A brick wall. B. A glass of water with ink. C. A block of wood. D. A metal rod. Correct option, B. A glass of water with ink. Explanation. When we add a few drops of ink to a glass of water, the ink particles spread throughout the water, showing that there are spaces between the water particles. 3. What is the reason behind the surface tension of a liquid? A. The particles of the liquid are in continuous motion. B. The particles of the liquid attract each other. C. The particles of the liquid are very small. D. The particles of the liquid have spaces between them. Correct option, B. The particles of the liquid attract each other. Explanation. The particles of a liquid attract each other with a force known as intermolecular force, which is responsible for the surface tension of the liquid. 4. Which of the following is an example of Brownian motion? A. The motion of a car on the road. B. The motion of a ball thrown in the air. C. The motion of particles of smoke in the air. D. The motion of a boat in the water. Correct option, C. The motion of particles of smoke in the air. Explanation. Brownian motion is the continuous motion of particles of matter, and the motion of particles of smoke in the air is an example of it. 5. What happens when the intermolecular force between particles of a substance increases? A. The particles of the substance move faster. B. The particles of the substance come closer together. C. The substance changes from solid to liquid. D. The substance changes from liquid to gas. Correct option, B. The particles of the substance come closer together. Explanation. When the intermolecular force between particles of a substance increases, the particles of the substance come closer together, resulting in a more compact structure. 6. Which of the following is a characteristic of particles of matter? A. They are stationary. B. They are very large. C. They have no spaces between them. D. They are in continuous motion. Correct option, D. They are in continuous motion. Explanation. Particles of matter are in continuous motion, which is known as Brownian motion. 7. What is the reason behind the diffusion of particles of one substance into another substance? A. The particles of the substances are in continuous motion. B. The particles of the substances attract each other. C. The particles of the substances have spaces between them. D. All of the above. Correct option, D. All of the above. Explanation. The particles of substances are in continuous motion, have spaces between them, and attract each other, which allows them to diffuse into each other. 8. Which of the following is an example of particles of matter attracting each other? A magnet attracting iron filings. B. A glass of water with ink. C. A block of wood floating on water. D. The surface tension of water. Correct option, D. The surface tension of water. Explanation. The particles of water attract each other with a force known as intermolecular force, which is responsible for the surface tension of water. 9. What happens when the particles of a substance gain kinetic energy? A. They move slower. B. They come closer together. C. They move faster. D. They stop moving. Correct option C. They move faster. Explanation. When the particles of a substance gain kinetic energy, they start moving faster. 10. Which of the following is a result of the particles of matter having spaces between them? A. The substance becomes more dense. B. The substance becomes less dense. C. The particles of one substance can diffuse into another substance. D. The substance changes from solid to liquid. Correct option C. The particles of one substance can diffuse into another substance. Explanation. The particles of matter having spaces between them allows the particles of one substance to diffuse into another substance.